Ndewo, you're welcome to another episode of the Igbo Tribe lesson. Today we're going to be talking about names of your family members in Igbo language. So get your notebooks, get a pen, grab a snack if you need to, and enjoy the lesson. Igbo Igbo You're welcome back. So if you're coming across my video for the first time, you are welcome. Please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post a new video, okay? With that being said, let's get down to business. So today we are talking about family members, names of your family members in Igbo language, what you call them in Igbo language, okay? Now the first on the list is father. Father. Nna. Nna. So father is called Nna. Mom or mother is called Nne. So when you want to say my mother, you say Nnem. Nnem. My mother. Nnem. Nnem. My mother. When you say my father, you say Nnam. Nnam, my father. Okay, good. Now, how do you say my sibling? My sibling is nwannem. Nwannem. Now, nwa is child in Igbo language and nne is mother in Igbo language. So it literally translates to child of my mother. Nwa and nne, child, mother, child of my mother. Nwa nnem, my sibling. Okay, hope that is clear. All right, so moving on. The next one is my brother. How do you say my brother? We've established how you say my sibling, but how do you say my brother? My brother is nwannem nwoke. Nwannem nwoke. Remember, nwannem is my sibling. Then you add nwoke to it. Now nwoke is boy. So nwannem nwoke, which means my brother. My brother. Now my sister. How do you say my sister? You say nwannem nwanyi. Nwannem nwanyi, my sister. Nwanyi means sister, woman, female, girl. Okay, so nwannem nwanyi, that is my sister. All right. Now my siblings. Remember we said my sibling is nwannem, right? Now what about my siblings? Plural, siblings. Now that will be ụmụ nne. Ụmụ nne. Ụmụ means children. Okay, let's take you back. Nwa is child. That is why you say nwanne, child of my parents. So child of my mother. Nwannem, my sibling. Now when we're talking about plural, children is ụmụ. Now, when you're now talking about siblings, my siblings, that is in plural, it will now be ụmụ nnem, my siblings. Ụmụ nnem, that is children of my mother. Ụmụ nnem, my siblings. Okay? I hope that is understood. Moving forward. Moving forward. How do you say grandfather? Nna ochie. Nna ochie. So that literally translates to old father. Right? Ochie is old and nna is father. So old father. When we bring it together, we call it what? Nna ochie. That is grandfather. Nna ochie. grandfather. So when you want to say my grandfather, you say nnam ochie, my grandfather. Okay? All right. Grandmother, grandmother. Nne ochie, nne ochie. Grandmother, nne ochie. So my grandmother will be nnem ochie. Nnem ochie, my grandmother. Grandmother, nne ochie. All right? I hope that is understood, okay? All right. Now, my uncle. My uncle. How would you say uncle? Now, uncle is nwanne nne. Nwanne nne. That is sibling of my mother or my father. Nwanne nne or nwanne nna. Nwanne nne or nwanne nna. That is the sibling of my mother or the sibling of my father. Nwanne nne or nwanne nna. Now, to personalize it, you say nwanne nnem. Nwanne nnem, my uncle or aunt, or nwanne nnam. So from maternal side or from paternal side. So nwanne nne, my uncle or my aunt or my uncle from my mother's side. Okay. So if it is from the mother's side and is a female, like is your aunt from your mother's side, you now say nwanne nnem nwanyi. Nwanne nnem nwanyi. That is my aunt from my mother's side, right? Now, if it is from your father's side, your aunt from your father's side, you say nwanne nnam nwanyi. That is my father's sister, which is my aunt. Now, same thing goes with the uncle. If it is from your mother's side, is nwanne nnam nwoke. If it is from your father's side, you say nwanne nnam nwoke. If it is from your mother's side, you say nwanne nnem nwoke. Okay? So the mother's side is nwanne nne, while the father's side is nwanne nna. All right? And if it is uncle, it's nwoke, nwanne nna nwoke. If it is aunt, it's nwanne nna nwanyi. All right? I hope that is clear. All right? Moving forward. Cousins. Cousins are called nwa nwanne nna or nwa nwanne nne. Nwa nwanne nna or nwa nwanne nne. That is the child of my uncle or the child of my aunt. How would you say husband? Husband is called di. Husband is di. So I want to say my husband, I say dim. Dim, my husband. Dim. Now wife is nwunye. Wife is nwunye. So you want to say my wife, you say nwunyem. Nwunyem, my wife. Okay? Stepfather. Stepfather. Dinne. Dinne. So you want to personalize this, you say my stepfather, you say dinnem. Dinnem, my stepfather. Now you want to say stepmother, my stepmother will be nwunye nna. My stepmother, nwunye nnam. Okay, so stepmother is nwunye nna. So nwunye nnam, my stepmother. Nwunye nna. Okay? All right, so moving on. How do we say relations? Your relatives. What do you call your relatives in Igbo language? So relatives are called ihu na ibe. Ihu na ibe, my relatives. Ikwu na ibe, that's your relatives, like your extended family members. Your extended family members, yeah. Like most of them, you don't even bear the same last name with, but they are kind of, you know, buruburu. They're kind of around you, relations around you, right? Like fifth cousin, 20th cousin. So all of that are called your ikwu na ibe. Ikwu na ibe, your relatives, yeah. Those that are related to you one way or the other. Maybe the great grandfather is sibling to the great grandmother, something like that, yeah. But you guys are all related, so they are called what? Ikwu na ibe, your relatives. Now, ụmụnna, they are also called relatives, but then ụmụnna is more of your kindred. That is your inner relation, right? Your inner relation, your kindred. Yes, these are those that are like closely related to your family. Okay, so kind of like the inner extended family. Okay, that's your ụmụnna, your kindred, right? Good. Moving on. In-laws are called ogo. In-law, ogo. So you want to say my in-law, you say ogom. Sister-in-law, that will be, if it is your husband's sister, it is nwanne dim nwanyi. Nwanne dim nwanyi. That is if it is your husband's sister. Nwanne dim nwanyi, my sister-in-law. Now, if it is your husband's brother, you will say nwanne dim nwoke. Nwanne dim nwoke. That is my brother-in-law. All right. Now, you want to say your mother-in-law. Your mother-in-law. That will be nne di. Nne di. Mother-in-law is nne di. Okay, so you want to say my mother-in-law, you say nne dim. Nne dim. Remember, nne is mother, di is husband. So nne di, mother of my husband, mother-in-law. Okay, good. Now, father-in-law, that is nna di. Nna di. So you want to say my father-in-law, you say nna dim, my father-in-law. Nna dim, my father-in-law. Now, if it is the man, your wife's mother is nne nwunye. So nne nwunye. Remember, nwunye is wife, so nne is mother. So nne nwunye, it is mother of my wife. Now, same thing with nna nwunyem, the father of my wife. Nna nwunyem. Okay? Okay, so I hope for this we've learned the names of our family members in Igbo, how to call them, how to pronounce those words, right? If this video was useful to you, please subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, like and share the video, and we'll see you in our next class. Ngwanu, Kodi!